And a good Tuesday evening to you. It took me a minute there saying goodbye to Randy.
Well, we got to give what's his name
What's his name?
a shout out as he goes by.
Welcome to the Outdoor Radio Show, the only radio show in Arkansas I know of that celebrates the glorious 12th, and today is the glorious 12th.
Yes, it is.
You know what the glorious 12th is?
I have no idea and really don't care.
You know what the glorious 12th is?
Nope.
You probably have to be...
Am I going to care what it is?
You have to be British
Okay.
or from the United Kingdom, let's say, or a very, very avid upland bird hunter, because the glorious 12th is essentially a national holiday in the UK. Because it's the first day of red grouse season. It's kind of like the opening day of dove season, which is a scant 3 weeks away from us.
I've been famous grouse hunting.
I bet you
I have. I've looked all over for famous grouse.
I bet you have.
And found some.
You found it. Welcome to the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you here on another warm, but not as warm as last Tuesday night. And we got a great show for you. We've got a couple of guests in studio from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, Kirsten Bartlow and Jeff Williams. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hello, Trey. How you doing?
Guys and gals.
Guys and
Thank you.
I got you, Damon. We're going to get to him in a couple of minutes here. Welcome. Of course, regular listeners know that my day job is over at the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
Correct,
so these folks have been colleagues of mine over there for a number of years.
I've seen them there many, many, many times when I come down to the Game and Fish.
They are here tonight to talk about a new book that the Game and Fish Commission has published, and it's called River to Ridge, Arkansas's Wildlife Management Areas. And Jeff and Kirsten edited the thing. Let's face it, wrote a lot of it, put it all together. It has been a labor of love, if I can speak for you, maybe for the most part. But it's been several years in the making. I'm sure y'all are very happy that it's here.
Yeah, it's done. That's the best news.
Well, we're going to be talking all about that tonight. Before we get to the fishing report, which is going to be a little bit different than normal tonight, it's going to be a new product report.
Yeah, we have our buddy from Vexus, Chris Schneider, calling in. Philip is on the road.
On the road.
Right.
Philip Kastner on the road. We'll hear from Chris Schneider from Vexus Boats here in a minute. Kirsten, Jeff, how would you, like, in a nutshell, before to launch things here, how would you describe the book? It's I got a lot of ideas, but how would you describe it? And they look at each other.
Go. It's it's got wildlife management areas in the name of it, and that's what it's based on. But those are sort of the target areas, the magnets, if you will. We want people to get out and enjoy the wildlife management areas and kind of see them in a different way than they have for years. Hunters in Arkansas know them for hunting. Anglers know them, but there's so many other people who could use these areas and enjoy them. Paddlers, hikers, campers, bird watchers, people like that. So that's what we're after. We want people to get more out of wildlife management areas.
Well, kind of the other side of that, Kirsten, you're Watchable Wildlife Program Coordinator. I mean, you're all over these areas all the time. What was the genesis of this project? Because you were one of the driving forces behind making this happen.
Yeah, I mean, we want to get more people out on our public lands. And many of our public lands people don't know about, wildlife management areas being one of them. So we want to make it more accessible.
Or they get used for 3 or 4 months of the year during hunting season, and they're just there,
they're
right?
quiet places that you can sneak off and paddle through, big flooded timber, or you can work on your life list for birds, or you can go see beautiful displays of prairie wildflowers. So that was the genesis. That's my job in a nutshell, is I want to get people out on our public lands and involved in conservation.
It's a beautiful book, River to Ridge, Arkansas's Wildlife Management Areas. We'll be talking all about it tonight. Mark, it's bigger than most of the crappie you've caught this year.
It's about a good filleting size book.
About 3 pounds, isn't that what
it's a 3-pounder.
Yeah, 3-pounder. Yeah.
It's a keeper.
Yeah, maybe we need to send this up to Rodney, let him mount this up there.
We're going to be talking all about River to Ridge with Kirsten and Jeff tonight, so it's going to be a lot of fun. That's our only topic. We're going to be talking about the book.
Well, we got Chris coming on.
Yeah, well, we're going to be talking about a lot of things, but I mean, we're strictly talking to them mostly about the book tonight. But yeah, let's check in with Chris here.
It's time for the Trader Bill's Outdoors Fishing Report. With locations in Hot Springs and Little Rock, Trader Bill's is your one-stop for all things outdoors.
And we welcome in on the Edwards Food Giant Hotline, Chris Schneider from Vexus Boats. Chris, welcome to the Wild Side. How are you?
Well, Chris, I talked to you a little earlier today, and we've got a little curveball coming at our listeners. Reggie called and said that Philip's out of town, so you get to step into the batter's box here.
I hear y'all got a pretty cool new boat coming out.
Yeah, we got a couple of them actually. A series of new boats. We're known for premium aluminum fiberglass boats, but we've come out with more of a price point boat, so everybody can afford one. Both in an 18-footer with a 75 horse on it. It's going to retail for as low as $31,900, and that's got control motor and underwood depth finder and pad hole, same quality as the rest of our aluminum boats.
Well, and it's made right out there in Flippin. Made in Flippin,
yeah,
Arkansas.
Yeah, we're based at the big town Flippin, just straight north of you, up on top of the mountain. And then we'll have another one that's 18.7 with a 115 that'll retail around start at $36,900. So really spend a lot of time in engineering and try to get a fairly quality boat for a affordable price.
Is it more of a bass rig, or are you also doing a crappie rig as well?
So, we build both bass and crappie models in most of our aluminum lineup, but this is going to have 3 across seating so guys can fish 2 people up front.
Right.
It's going to have a front live well, but yet it'll still have a big live box and a ton of storage. So
nice.
you can do anything out of it.
Well, I know that I've seen some of the new Vexus boats that have come out. My neighbor just bought one, loves it. Reggie tells me that this is going to be a heck of a product for you.
Reggie's
guys.
Already ordered some, right?
Yeah, I think Reggie already got him some. Hasn't he?
Yep, Reggie's got some on order. We've got them in the production line. These are in full production now. They're super pretty little boats. Great for anybody from a high school angler to just somebody who just doesn't need a 20-foot tournament rig.
Well, and that's interesting what you just said. That's what I thought about today when Reggie was talking about it. These high school tournaments nowadays, a guy goes out and wants to fish these tournaments. They're going out looking at $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 boats that they got to get their kids in, and that's kind of cost prohibitive for a lot of families. But you get a boat that's this size, in the low to mid 30s. I think it'll bring a lot of folks into that, especially the high school anglers or your first time anglers are looking to get into the wade out in the fishing waters.
Well, that's our intent. Of course, we always want to build the best thing possible.
Correct.
Sometimes that's not the most affordable thing, but through volume and time, our volume's got as such. We're at almost 8 years into this new boat
Correct.
company, and our volume's got as such where you can your costs are spread out more, so we can make it a little bit more affordable boat, yet still keep the same quality and attributes that we've got in the rest of the lineup.
Well,
and it gives our dealers, somebody, we value, Reggie and Mandy as much as anybody. They've been with us since the start.
right.
And gives them another avenue to sell and still maintain our quality.
Well, Chris, we are excited to learn more about that boat. As we mentioned, Trader Bill's Outdoors will have some of them.
They'll have some on the lot for sure.
They'll have some, and
if I do my job, they're going to have a bunch of them.
There you go.
There you go. Well, Chris, man, we sure appreciate you filling in for Philip Castor tonight. Good luck with the new model. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
Yeah,
see you.
thanks for having me on.
Chris Snyder on the Edwards Food Giant Hotline from
Mr. Vexus.
Vexus Boats. Yeah, Vexus Boats. Flippin, Arkansas. Forrest Wood put that place on the map.
Sure did. His grandson's going to continue the legacy.
At Vexus Boats. We got to take a break. More Wildside coming up. Crane Chevrolet in Little Rock is among the small number of Chevy dealers to earn Chevrolet's Mark of Excellence Award. It's reserved for dealers who have both high sales performance and excellent customer service ratings. When you visit Crane Chevrolet, you won't just understand why they won the award, you'll feel it. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or SUV, let Crane Chevrolet show you the incomparable customer service that's made them one of the country's top Chevy dealers. Crane Chevrolet, I-30, exit 130 in Little Rock, or check them out at cranechevy.com. I'm Trey Reid from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz, and when I'm looking for a great home-cooked lunch on the fly, my go-to spot is the deli at my neighborhood Edwards Food Giant. There's always a great selection of delicious meats and vegetables, fresh from the kitchen and served with a smile by the friendly folks behind the deli counter. You'll get heaping portions with cornbread or a dinner roll and a drink to wash it down, all for under $9. For home cooking without the hassle of washing dishes, go see our friends at Edwards Food Giant.
I'm Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side. Let me tell you about Tammy Chase Insurance. Tammy Chase is a wealth of knowledge as she guides her clients through the sometimes confusing world of health insurance and Medicare coverage. I know because she's helped me understand my options and find the perfect fit for me. She'll do the same for you because every client benefits from her expertise and local market knowledge. Give her a call at 501-658-5127. Tammy Chase Insurance. She puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Acadie's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Acadie's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let Acadie's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Catch Quinn Grovey each Thursday this football season on The Zone. Get insight from one of Arkansas's best, brought to you by Conway Wealth Management. Conway Wealth Management, planning today for your tomorrow. Take control of your financial future and call or visit Conway Wealth Management today, 501-358-3994 or conwaywm.com. Securities and financial planning offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz.
You're back on the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you on a lovely Tuesday evening. The Perseid meteor showers tonight, Mark. I know.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned that yet,
Well, there's
because you
also-
are our
Well, there are
resident
also
astronomist.
6 planets that are lining up with each other.
Well, I see, I didn't
and
have
they're having
that.
the, and they're well,
That's,
you know
that's why I brought
that's
it
why
up.
I'm here.
I knew you'd know. David
Yeah,
Poole in the control room. We got Kirsten Bartlow and Jeff Williams from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission in with us all evening throughout the hour to talk about River to Ridge, Arkansas's wildlife management area, is a new book from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Kirsten is Watchable Wildlife Coordinator at Game and Fish. Jeff is the editor of Arkansas Wildlife Magazine. If you've ever seen that awesome Arkansas Wildlife Calendar, that's the July-August issue of the magazine, and one of the things that Jeff's been doing for what, 20-plus years now, Jeff?
Yeah, 22 years.
Kirsten, how long you been at Game and Fish?
25 next month.
Wow. Look
They-
at that.
they-
Wow.
Yeah, they hired us when we were babies.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Well, Kirsten, Jeff, this book is, we kind of scratched the surface there in the first segment. It's a little bit field guide. There's a little history of the areas. There's attractions, which you can find there. It's a lot of things, but it is. It was. I watched you guys put this together, a Herculean effort. So over 450 some odd pages with almost 500 photographs in it. How do we arrive at this tome?
Well, I can let me just take a second, go back to back to where it started, and I won't make this long, although it is a long story. I'm sure some folks will remember Joe Mosby, who was the longtime outdoor editor at the Arkansas Gazette. Well, when the Gazette closed in '91, Joe started working for the Game and Fish Commission. And in the late 90s, Joe started writing articles about every wildlife management area and completed that task. Now, in those days, he had about 75. We have 138 wildlife management areas now. Joe covered about 75 of them. That material never really went anywhere. And a few years later, in the early 2000s, it was decided that we would publish a Watchable Wildlife Guide. And Watchable Wildlife is kind of a buzzword that only started in the mid-'80s. It's not that old. So we hired a freelance writer. And what he turned into us was so awful.
Did you make lemonades out of lemons?
No,
I tried my best. I really did. I tried my best.
We poured it down the drain is what we did.
That bad, okay.
So Keith Sutton, who was the editor of Arkansas Wildlife before me, and I got together, and we were tasked with finishing this project by the end of the summer. Now, it was almost summer when we started.
Yeah, this is like in May, right?
It pretty much was. So we started writing, and we finished a Watchable Wildlife guidebook that we printed about 10,000 copies of, sold most of them, gave some away, and it's long out of print. And fast forward a few years, Kirsten and I are starting to talk about, boy, we really need something like that again, but we knew we didn't want that. So we sort of sat through many discussions and came up with the idea of, well, let's use the wildlife management areas that are really attractive to people and write about what's around them. And the example I've been using is Petit Jean River Wildlife Management Area. Great spot, but not too far away is Petit Jean State Park. Not too far from that is Hollow Bend. National Wildlife Refuge.
Yeah.
It's a great little area, so let's put them together. And that's what we did. We started writing about 118 wildlife management areas out of the 138 that we have. And people always ask, well, why'd you leave some out? Well, the ones that are left out are either too small or they don't have really good access, and a few other reasons. But that's where it came from.
Very cool. We're talking with Jeff Williams and Kirsten Bartlow from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission about River to Ridge, a new book from the Game and Fish. We're going to take a little short break from that and get this week's outdoor report from Mark.
The Wild Side Outdoor Report is brought to you by West Rock Landing, your gateway to fishing and fun on Lake Maumelle.
Well, last week's Tuesday night tournament at West Rock Landing, Josh Jeffers and Aaron Presser, they're both officers with Parks Department, great guys. They had 1170 with a 401 big bass to take first. Matt Hedrick, Brandon Crane were second with 1079. And Daniel Romine and Vaughn Greenway were 868 in third. This is the last tournament tonight. This determines Angler of the Year. There's those three teams are within about 8 pounds of each other. So it could be an interesting night.
Now you're going to go out and watch the weigh-in.
Oh,
later.
I go out and help with the weigh-in every Tuesday. And Skeet Reese retires, which I thought we're starting to see a lot of these anglers.
Congratulations to Skeet.
Yep, no doubt. I never met him, but
fun guy.
Was he?
Yeah.
With a name like Skeet, you got to be fun.
And the yellow boat.
Yep.
Yellow hair at times.
I did see him in the Kroger parking lot on Highway 10 one day.
Professional dancer before he was a professional
I'll be
angler.
darned.
Wow.
Trey McKinney gets the wire-to-wire win on St. Clair to win the Bassmaster Elite Series with a Record total of 96 pounds, 1 ounce. His final bag was 23.13. Jacob Wheeler wins Toyota Stage 7 on Saginaw Bay. Our buddy Dylan Hayes from here in Arkansas finished 16th. And the Great Southern Stone Skipping Championship, Saturday, 8/23. That'll be August 23rd at 10 a.m. Lakewood Lake number 1. Check them out on Facebook.
We've had them on the show a couple of times. They're going to try to get them to call in on the Edwards Food Giant hotline maybe next week.
Come in or call in, whatever is easiest for him.
Well, we are going to be talking the rest of the show. We got to take a quick break now with Kirsten Bartlow and Jeff Williams. More about River to Ridge, the new book from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Plus, we got some fun stuff on keepers and calls and a good trivia question for you. I think Kirsten and Jeff are going to know the answer to my trivia question. It's not something that's easily Googled this week. Stick around. More Wild Side coming up. Spring and summer may be behind us, but that doesn't mean there's not a good reason to get out to Lake Maumelle to enjoy a day on the water. Trey Reid here from the Wild Side to tell you about West Rock Landing. Our friends at West Rock have everything you need to enjoy a day on the lake. Whether you're fishing for bass or crappie or just taking in the amazing views of the Ouachita Mountains, West Rock offers bait, tackle, boat rentals, and so much more. Check them out at westrocklanding.com or go see them just a few miles west of Little Rock on Highway 10. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle.
Trader Bill's Outdoors is the one-stop shop for all your fishing and boating needs. They carry Vexus bass boats, Godfrey pontoons, and Taiga surf, wake, and ski boats. Their marine department also features parts and accessories from most boat manufacturers. And if something goes wrong with your boat, their service department is ready to get you back in the game with quality repairs and friendly service. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock, where great fishing and boating began.
It's time to hit the lakes and rivers, but before you back that boat into the water, stop by Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock, because the boat ramp is a bad place to discover a dead battery. Jacob Johns and the crew will take care of you like family and make sure you're charged up and ready to roll before you make the first cast. Bad batteries take your fish finder out of the equation, and you can't stay on the fish if your trolling motor won't turn. So take charge of your fishing fortunes with a trip to Battery Outfitters, 5915 JFK Boulevard.
The Arkansas Poultry Federation presents Wingstock 2024 on Saturday, August 10th from noon to 3 at Simmons Bank Arena. Indulge in all-you-can-eat chicken wings featured by local restaurants and vendors who will be dishing up their best wing to compete for the People's Choice Award and the coveted Golden Wing Award. Plus, a variety of domestic and craft beers available for purchase. Tickets on sale now at the Arena box office or Ticketmaster.com. Brought to you in part by KARK4, Fox 16, and 1037 The Buzz.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Lion Legal is having their quarterly free legal clinic Saturday, August 23rd at the Lehman Library in North Little Rock from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30. In service to the community, Lion Legal provides 4 legal clinics per year to help people like you with common life issues. Divorce and custody, sealing criminal records, debt defense, consumer protection, real estate issues, and simple wills and POAs. Bring all relevant information and documents to the Lehman Library Saturday, August 23rd for Lion Legal's free legal clinic.
Fellas, Low T Center's been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of men's lives across the country with personalized care. You know all about that. Now, women can enjoy the same life-changing, medically guided hormone therapy at Low T Center. Just imagine how great you'll both feel. Visit FixMyLowT.com for more information and to schedule schedule an appointment.
Mark your calendars for the annual Steak and Egg Breakfast for Youth Home. It's coming up August 22nd, 7 till 9 at the Butcher Shop. Get a free breakfast and support a great cause. For more info, go to youthhome.org and tap the Get Involved tab.
It's time for this week's Tammy Chase Insurance Outdoor Trivia Question. You may not know the answer to this week's trivia question, but Tammy Chase has the answers for all your health insurance and Medicare needs. Tammy Chase Insurance. She puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
All right, we're going to try something a little bit different tonight, Mark. I told you, and I got to say something before we start on the trivia question, okay?
Yeah.
Not a big deal to us, but we've had a lot of repeat winners. We've had some folks that are quickly turning into serial winners.
Serial
if you
winners,
will.
that's right.
So, and I don't mean Rice Krispies or cornflakes. I mean like over and over. And so the Buzz has a policy: if you've won in the last 30 days, you can't win for 30 days, okay?
Yeah,
So if you win today, you wouldn't be able to win again until September 11th.
Yeah, we got and our listeners have to keep up with that.
Yeah, right. Because we're certainly not going to keep up with it. We're asking you to police yourselves, people, please. And we're mainly doing this to make Damon happy because Damon really,
the weather yeti gets upset.
He's troubled by people winning over and over and over. So anyway, all right, but so we are going to do something a little bit different tonight.
Oh, time's up.
So. Look, this is not as easily found with a quick Google search. I think knowledge of current events and a little deductive reasoning are probably going to be a little bit more important.
And I didn't get the
network
answer.
Speed tonight. You didn't get it.
No.
Okay, tonight's trivia subject: remote control robot rabbits.
I like it.
Okay, I'll explain more. They're being used in the field of wildlife and ecological conservation in the battle against an invasive species. Now, scientists and researchers have developed the tool to combat a very high-profile invasive species in a southeastern U.S. state. So here's your trivia question. For what species are these remote-controlled robot rabbits being used as a lure to aid in their capture? What species are we trying to trick with these remote-control robot rabbits?
Southeastern species.
Southeastern
like
U.S.
Southeastern Conference,
state.
maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
ACC as well, for that matter. 501-661-1037.
Amateur herpetologist on the phone.
You'll get a $10 Sonic gift card from our friends at Tammy Chase Insurance. Yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting.
What's your answer?
Hey, whoa, you're on the air live there, Damon.
Nope.
Damon.
Damon's on the. There we go.
Hey, Damon, you're bleeding through. You're coming through over the phone line there, buddy.
That's good. We like hearing Damon.
501-661-1037 if you know this. So I thought it was a joke at first when I heard that they were remove the stuffing from 40 toy rabbits and replace it with electrical components, waterproof to ensure they can endure the rain and humidity of this environment. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Yeah.
But then the next paragraph is they were designed to produce a heat signature and emit a smell. I'm like, okay, all right, this is real. And they have cameras and obviously GPS, and there's an alert.
Yeah.
Somebody monitors, and then they send out a person to do something to
I'll
this
go
animal.
get him.
The other thing, I mean, if I had to give a hint, do y'all know? Kirsten and Jeff know. I knew they would know the answer. I was going to get y'all to write it down, and so when nobody got it, you could hold it up in front of the cameras. I knew you'd know.
But
I
had no idea.
We've talked about this invasive species in this issue many times on this show.
Yeah. And
look,
a little hint. I mean, if you want me to give somebody a hint, it's what. It's what.
You're going to give it away. Yours won't be a hint. It'll be
it's
all.
Not a hint.
You'll give it all the way.
It's just
away.
what you used to call your arms when you were lifting weights. I mean, I remember.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Mark.
I thought
that's pretty good.
I knew.
Kirsten, while we're waiting on a caller here, before Mark gets out of control here,
now the phone lines.
Tell us where we can buy River to Ridge, this new book from Game and Fish.
You can march right into the Game and Fish Commission headquarters here in Little Rock, or go to one of our regional offices or one of our nature centers. And if you walk in, it's $20 to buy the book. If you want to order one, and that's at agfc.com/River to Ridge, it's $20 plus the $7 because that sucker's heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy
for that shipping.
Weighs
3 pounds. It's
3
a slab
pounds.
crappie, as Jeff has noted on another radio show.
Now, is it true y'all will be in the parking lot till 9 o'clock tonight.
Selling them out of our trunk.
Sell them out of the trunk.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah.
I think we may have a winner.
Let's see. Let's talk to Kenneth. Kenneth, do you have an answer to tonight's trivia question? What species are scientists in a southeastern U.S. state trying to catch with these remote control robot rabbits?
I can't say it very well, but it's Burmese python.
There you go. Burmese python.
Yep,
that
there
is
you go.
correct. Well done, Kenneth. Kenneth, I'm going to put you on hold and let Damon get your info, and we'll get a gift card mailed out to you. Thanks for playing, Kenneth. That was good.
Yeah. It's the arm thing, did it? I know, because the pythons.
I would say guns.
Yeah, guns,
pythons.
yeah.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Roberts.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Burmese pythons, big issue. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I did
It's
too.
actually South. What is it? Who's behind this research? It is
Rabbit.
South Florida Water Management District and the University of Florida are collaborating to come up with these robot rabbits.
It had to be Florida.
Yeah, it had to be Florida.
Yeah,
it had.
it had to be. There, it's the epicenter for invasive species.
It is.
Kirsten, tell us again, because we're all over the place. AGFC.com/River to Ridge.
River to Ridge, yep. So you can buy it online that way. Like I said, go into one of our offices or nature centers. It's also at Wordsworth Books here in Little Rock.
Cool.
And there's a couple copies at Ozark Outdoor Supply as well.
Nice.
All right.
Those are two of my favorite haunts there in the Heights.
Literally a couple.
Yeah.
Y'all,
so hurry.
Before we, y'all are going to do, and I hope I'm not like letting the cat out of the bag, but you're going to do an event at Wordsworth later on in the fall, correct?
In October. I cannot at the moment remember the exact date. We'll look it up, but yes,
Yeah,
we'll have a book
we'll
lunch.
be glad to give a shout out about that here on the Wild Side as that date nears. We'll figure out when that is.
Well,
But-
we have time to do a little question.
Yeah, no, it's this is our we're calling it for the time being scatter shooting.
Yeah, we're
brought
not
to you
sure
by
what
our
to call it.
friends at Crane Chevrolet on I-30 in Little Rock.
Exit 130.
Exit 130 on I-30, Crane Chevrolet. We're sort of focus grouping these names of this segment. Scatter shooting, fan casting has been mentioned as well.
Sky busting.
Whatever we're going to call it, Mark, take it away. Jeff and Kirsten, I hope you're ready.
All right, here's a few questions. Y'all can answer them, one at a time or together. But what's a must-have snack when you go fishing or hunting? Jeff, I'll get you first.
Oh, Nutty Buddies from Little Debbie.
Yeah, I love
no doubt.
What about you?
Number one.
Cliff Bars.
Cliff.
All right.
Healthy,
That's too
healthy,
Healthy and not healthy.
Healthy option. Healthy option. So we can't. That answer will not be accepted.
Sorry.
Okay.
What's
in
your
the
favorite
mornings.
flavor of Cliff Bar?
Yeah.
Oh, right now I'm on the chocolate. Just chocolate.
like
Okay.
chocolate.
Okay.
See,
All right. Just a follow up.
If you
question.
get Nutty Buddies, you don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
You know,
True
you can
story.
get chocolate chip mini muffins too. I mean, those are. I mean, if you just want chocolate, come on. In the morning, do you have a cup of coffee or something else?
Tea. I have tea
like
in the
tea.
morning.
Tea. What about you,
Very
Jim?
British.
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
That's it for me in the morning.
Served warm?
No. No.
Just checking, making sure.
Is that even a thing?
Cup of hot yogurt. Well, they're making ketchup flavored smoothies. I understand now. Heinz and Smoothie King or something. Yeah, that's what
I'm out on that.
doesn't mean
Sorry,
you
I
have
didn't mean
to
to
eat
scare you, Kirsten.
Okay. You ever seen a Bigfoot?
Yes.
No, I've not.
Yeah. What?
No, never.
Never. Have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had one at the Game and Fish Commission.
Oh, there you have it.
We did.
Yeah, sort of. That. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't there a Bigfoot named Mojo that lives in your office?
Yeah, I've seen it. That's one of the reasons this question's being asked.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Trey.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
But not an actual animated,
No.
living, breathing Bigfoot.
No.
Okay, good clarification.
Some people
there.
take this seriously.
clear,
Afraid so, Jeff.
clear or dark liquids?
Are we talking colonoscopy or
No,
what are we talking about?
We're talking.
Where are we going with that?
We're talking. Trey is a
Bourbon
fan.
or tequila?
Yeah, bourbon or tequila.
Oh,
that's a tough choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
clear liquid.
Yeah, clear liquid.
Two totally different results.
Now you can
True.
have semi-clear liquid, which would be maybe an añejo or a
depends
reposado.
what country I'm in.
Yeah, I got you.
Great answer.
That's how
Great
I
answer.
answer.
I like that.
Well, speaking of that, if afforded the opportunity, would you go to space? Now, I'm talking about the moon. You don't have to talk about the moon. Just
Not interested.
Really?
No.
Not at all.
I'm not
hard nose from both
Yeah,
of
I
them.
like
yeah.
that.
Wow.
Like that because my follow-up question to that was
I was going to say, if you did.
if you did, would you take your favorite snack with you?
Oh.
That was the other. And then last question that I think is very interesting, and this tells a little about y'all. Have you ever eaten a pickled egg?
Yes.
Sure.
Pickled sausage?
Oh, probably.
He's from Yale County. Hell yeah, he has.
I just don't recall.
Clear or dark liquid that went with that, yeah.
How about a pig's foot? We ever had a pig's foot? Eaten one?
Pickled pig's foot.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I don't know if I've ever eaten them. I've seen them.
Now here's how about potted meat?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, potted meat. You don't see that anymore, and you sure don't want to smell it when it's cooking.
It's been a long time, but yeah, that used to be a fishing staple. Every time you went fishing,
it did.
you had to have a
Because
can
you
of-
could leave it in your tackle box for up to a year.
Potted meat and crackers. Yeah.
Spam.
Oh, definitely.
And how about lamp chicken?
What's lamp chicken?
Lamp chicken?
Yeah, it's that chicken at the little stores.
chicken under a lamp.
Yeah. Okay, well,
we really threw off Alan Crater from Michigan when we asked him that question.
I thought he meant lamb chicken at first.
No, lamp chicken. Well, that's it.
We got to take a quick break, and it's a good time for a break because things are going off the rail here. Stick around. More Wild Side coming up.
Mr. Phillips found old Johnny Cash.
Hey folks, Mark Hedrick here to tell you about Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock. They're here to serve your battery needs, from cell phones to hearing aids to power tools. And when it comes to service, Battery Outfitters is second to none. Got a problem with your truck or your boat battery? Just pull in at 5915 JFK Boulevard and the Battery Outfitters crew will handle the rest. And don't forget to ask about Key Fob Friday and watch Battery Saturday. You'll be glad you did. Battery Outfitters, 501-537-4990 for all your battery needs.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
I'm Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side here on 103.7 The Buzz. You probably already know Edwards Food Giant as the meat people. And when I'm looking to throw a steak on the grill, my first stop is the incredible meat counter at Edwards Food Giant. Ribeyes, fillets, strips, T-bones, and porterhouses. Whatever your favorite cut, you'll find the best selection of certified Angus beef at Edwards Food Giant. Their prices are great, with weekly specials that will make your next steak dinner as affordable as it is tasty. Go see them today. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and GenWealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild one. Wild one.
You're back on the wild side, boy. You know, we always joke about the things that are said during the break. It's like if you could just really bottle that up and put that on the air. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. That was all. It was all inspired and motivated by Mark's scatter shooting question, brought to you by Crane Chevrolet about the different. Would you go to space? Was what we got to talking about there. Well, we're talking with Kirsten Bartlow and Jeff Williams tonight here in the Signal Media Studios at 103.7 The Buzz about River to Ridge. It's a new book from the Arkansas Arkansas's Wildlife Management Areas, a new book from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. You can get that at agfc.com/river2ridge, River to Ridge, or you can go by any Game and Fish office or nature center and pick it up for $20. Cost you $27 if you order it online because the thing weighs 3 pounds and little shipping cost there. Kirsten, Jeff, talking about the book. You mentioned it. It covers the wildlife management areas, other things that are nearby, like a stream that you can fish, a state park you can visit, a Corps of Engineers, a natural heritage spot. There's lots of. If it's an outdoor recreational place, it's likely mentioned in the book. But I think another thing that's cool about it is the way you've divided the book up. Tell us how that worked out and why you decided to do it that way.
Yeah, Arkansas has 7 ecoregions. We've got the Ouachita Mountains all the way down, to the Delta, over to the coastal plains. So we broke it up into the 7 ecoregions of the state. Not to sound too nerdy, but yeah, those are our natural divisions. We're very lucky to live in a state that has
I have a question. I got a question. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
When I learned about the natural divisions of Arkansas, we did not separate the Boston Mountains out from the Ozarks. So when did that happen?
There are a lot of levels of ecoregions. Let me tell you, because I kind of went down that rabbit hole.
Right.
And it is a rabbit hole.
I knew you would have. That's why I asked the question.
And I don't know exactly when that changed, but you're right. For years there were 6 on that level at what they call level 3.
When you write a book, you can do what you want to do.
That's right.
Well,
but
I will note that I contributed to this one a little bit.
He did.
But when you drive north of Little Rock, there's a big difference in the Boston Mountains and the Ozark Highlands.
Sure,
where that plateau starts. But there are 7.
Okay,
not 6.
These go to 11. He said.
There you go.
These Arkansas goes to 7.
That's right.
Nice. Are we going to do? Let me just ask you. Are we going to do our keepers and calls?
Yeah, you want to do it right now,
or do you want to do your tip of the week?
No, let's do keepers and calls.
You want to?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right. Maybe. There we go.
It's time for this week's Keepers and Calls, presented by Battery Outfitters. Sometimes you keep them, sometimes you throw them back. But when it comes to your battery needs, the service and selection at Battery Outfitters are always keepers.
Trey, malaria is bad. It's just bad. I mean, I think we can all say that malaria is not good for you, wouldn't we? I mean,
yep.
It's like 600
quinine, gin and tonic.
Yeah, if you're afforded that opportunity to have you
right,
but it's bad stuff. So scientists and researchers have developed a way to combat malaria by using a naturally occurring fungus, and I'm not going to say the word, but it starts with an M and ends with a U, and to produce an insect-specific neurotoxin, and by spraying male mosquitoes with the modified fungus. They then transfer the disease to the female mosquito, and in tests conducted in a region of West Africa, it was found that nearly 90% of the female mosquitoes died within 2 weeks of contact with the males that were carrying the modified fungus, compared to only 4% mortality in the group without the modified fungus. So, although deadly to female mosquitoes, We've heard this many times. It's harmless to humans.
Of course it is.
We've heard that.
They always say that,
yeah,
right?
Well, that's on the. It's even on the cigarette carton. They talk bad about that. But anyway, so
What's your point, Mark?
Well, malaria kills over 600,000 people annually, and this method still has some challenges. They hadn't got it all ironed out. So they can't deploy it right now at scale, but they hope to in the future.
There's been a lot of different methods out there. I know they tried something in South Florida, again, with the mosquito that was carrying the Zika virus. These a lot of different methods, sterilizing mosquitoes, but it sounds to me like they've created an STD for
That's pretty
mosquitoes,
much
a
what
fatal
it sounds like.
STD for mosquitoes.
Yep. It's they don't come back from it. I mean, they're gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and if it works, hey, I mean,
and no harm to humans, right?
That's no harm to humans.
Well, I've got one. We'll roll out here real quick. This is my frog story. Frog fancier are told to soundproof his pond or evict noisy occupants. That's a headline from the Sunday Times in the UK. A garden pond in Austria that's home to 50 frogs was subject to a complaint from a neighbor. He said he couldn't sleep because of the croaking. The owner of the pond lost a 2-year court battle over his neighbor's sleepless nights. They were incessantly croaking, especially during mating season. During the court case, the sound expert commissioned to measure the decibels said that they were louder than passing freight trains. Now, most of the time, complaints about animal noises in rural areas are rejected because they're part of the natural environment and you tolerate it, but this case was a bit of an exception. You know, what's more interesting to me that this was a court case about it is that apparently this is not rare in Western Europe, because across the border in Germany there have been a number of cases documented by the Nature and Biodiversity Conservation Union going back to 1910 of people complaining about the noise made by frogs, and they say that they've actually developed some guidelines. A tolerable volume is 35 decibels, and if it gets over 20 more than that, which is about 55, that's the what they say is the normal level of a human conversation, then you could be into trouble. But this is such an issue that's come up in Western Europe before. Germany's highest civil and criminal court, the Federal Court of Justice, has ruled that frog sounds do not cause a liability for compensation in disputes. So there's actually been a little bit of jurisprudence on this. And I'll close it with France passed a law to protect the sensory heritage of rural life after Maurice, a French rooster, won a court case over his supposedly loud crowing in 2019 and became a symbol of campaigns to protect the sounds and smells of the French countryside from the complaints of incoming urbanites.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you said about frogs. A couple of weeks ago on Facebook, there was a person that posted a dog had fallen down a storm drain. And so they had all these people come out, and they finally had folks come out, and they could hear the dog in there, and they sent a camera down. They couldn't get the dog to come out. They were calling it, so somebody came out there. It turned out it was a big frog, but it was way back in the storm drain, and the croaking sounded like a dog barking by the time it echoed all through there.
I'm calling that a call, by the way, because anybody that's complaining about the sound of frogs, come on, man.
Come on. Frogs are fun.
You know, up in Jasper, when I go to the Elk Fest every year, I've been staying at the Little Buffalo Terrace there, which is just north of the Gordon Motel, and they've got a little pond, and there's so many chorus frogs in there, and it's awesome. It sounds great.
That's delightful. Yes.
Right, delightful. That's a good word.
There's nothing like crickets and frogs at night when you're trying to go to sleep. Maybe a little rain on the tin roof.
Rain on the tin roof. There you go.
See, what a deal.
Jeff's just shaking his head over there.
What would I add to this?
No. Clear, a dark liquid.
I love frogs.
A dark liquid.
Dark liquid would be good about now.
Yeah.
We got one more break before we wrap things up, talking with Kirsten Bartlow and Jeff Williams from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Give you a few more details, remind you where you can find River to Ridge, the new book from Game and Fish, right after this break. Stick around.
Navigating the world of health insurance coverage can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why Tammy Chase Insurance is here to help. Medicare coverage, health insurance, indemnity, life, dental, and vision. Tammy Chase and her team have the expertise and resources to help you figure out the plans and coverages that are right for you. Check them out on the web at TammyChaseInsurance.com or stop by in person at 8414 Counts Massey Road in North Little Rock. Tammy Chase puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
Mark Hedrick here from the Wild Side to tell you about our friends at West Rock Landing on Lake Maumelle. I've been fishing Maumelle for decades, and even though I've learned a few things about catching fish on the lake through the years, I've also learned that it all starts at West Rock Landing. If you're looking for a place to hold your next bass tournament, our friends at West Rock are ready to help you take care of the details. Their covered deck is perfect for weigh-ins. They can also set you up with a boat rental for a day of fishing or a day of just enjoying the views and the area's wildlife. Go see them today. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle. Crane Chevrolet is a family-owned dealership committed to honesty, integrity, and outstanding customer service. Looking for a new ride? Crane Chevrolet has a wide selection of new and used vehicles, and when it comes to service after the sale, Crane's skilled technicians and modern service center will exceed your expectations. Crane Chevrolet is more than a car dealership. They're a part of the community. Crane Chevrolet, just off I-30, exit 130, or check them out at cranechevy.com.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has the largest fishing tackle selection in the region, including the newest lures and the newest colors, as well as a wide selection of locally made lures that are proven winners on Arkansas lakes and streams. They also carry top-of-the-line rods and reels by the industry's leading companies, and they employ local anglers who are always prepared to answer your questions and set you on the path to success. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock.
We all have that nagging pain. For me, it was in my back, and I thought it would go away if I kept running. If I really worked to my core strength, it might dissipate. Well, guess what? That's not always the case. Hey, everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics. If you have that continued pain, you should schedule your free consultation today with the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. They've turned around thousands of lives with their regenerative treatments that work with your body to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. And these are natural therapies, so we're not heading to the pharmacy all the time. We're not going back to the doctor after surgery all the time. And the best news is you can bring your x-rays and MRI to QC Kinetics. It's a no-pressure chat and a thorough evaluation that could change your life. So stop living with that day-to-day joint and muscle pain. So grab the phone right now, give them a call, 501-214-5880. Ask about that free consultation at 501-214-5880. Once again, 501-214-5880.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Central Arkansas, your chance to save big on your auto financing is quickly slipping away. There's only a few weeks left to take advantage of the summer auto loan special at Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Hurry and apply to lock in a crazy low interest rate starting at 1.99% interest, plus no payments for 90 days and up to 84 months financing. Offer valid on 2023, 24, and 25 models, new, used, or refinance. Don't miss out. The offer ends August 30th, so you better move fast. Apply now at Alcoa Community FCU. .org.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. It's the All About Tire and Brake tip of the week. All About Tire and Brake, because you deserve hassle-free service.
Dove season, as I mentioned off the top of the show, today's the glorious 12th in the UK, but our version of that, if you will, here in the States is the opening day of dove season. Other hunting seasons open before dove season, but it's the unofficial kickoff. It's the reason to get together and have a good time, have a barbecue, shoot some birds. September 6th this year, so, those doves are hard to hit, which is a good thing that the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission is offering half-price trap and skeet at the Fiocchi Shooting Sports Complex throughout the month of August. That's pretty slick, wasn't it? It was pretty slick.
Nice segue.
Yeah. No, it's National Shooting Sports Month, and there are a number of deals going on at the Fiocchi Shooting Sports Complex out there just outside of Mayflower. As I mentioned, trap and skeet, $2 the entire month of August. But it's not just for the scattergun enthusiasts. anyone age 6 to 17 or 65 and older can shoot for free all month long. Youth must be accompanied by an adult 18 or older. Anyone who purchases a new rifle or pistol in the last 60 days can show a receipt at the desk and get a free day of shooting on the rifle and pistol range. And then let's see what else. If you've renewed your hunting or fishing license since July 1st, the range folks will give you a free day on the rifle and pistol range as well. And so anyway, this weekend it's ladies specials Saturday and Sunday at the range. So ladies shoot free, rifle, pistol, and shotgun range. So anyway, you want to get ready for hunting season, it's a good time to do that with some discounted, already pretty nominal fees out there at the Fiocchi range, but even discounted even further. That's your All About Time Break tip of the week.
I got a little add-on real quick, Trey.
Yes,
You know, this
sir.
time of year with dove season coming up and people starting to, work on their plots for deer and getting everything ready, All About Tire does have tires for your side-by-sides and four-wheelers. So, you might check them. If you hadn't checked on them in the last thing you want to do is be way out in the woods with a flat tire. And so get your four-wheelers tuned up, get your tires, and head on down to the guys at Mablevale or in the West Little Rock location and see Michael or Michael.
And if you really want to be ready for fall hunting seasons in Arkansas, you need to get you a copy of River to Ridge
no doubt.
from the new book from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Jeff, Kirsten, last couple of minutes here. What have we not talked about the book that you would like folks to know about it?
We excuse me, must be one of those frogs.
Ribbit.
We've covered it pretty well. I think this is a book that you almost have to see to really kind of get it
And feel it. You got to feel it, too.
Well,
That's
3 pounds.
It's
yeah.
great.
But we've tried to describe it, but you really need to flip through it and see what it's all about to really get the gist of it, I think.
So what is your favorite spot in Arkansas?
Oh my God!
You got to give
somebody,
us one.
a reporter asked
favorite
Kirsten that
spot?
on Channel 4 last week.
I mean,
Like, that's not fair.
Okay. If you had one,
Which one of your kids is your favorite?
A 24-hour period. If you had a 24-hour period to do anything you want to do for one day in the state of Arkansas, where would you go?
In the outdoors.
In the outdoors, right? Yeah, in the outdoors.
Okay. All right. I would probably, it would probably be. Can I take two? It'd probably
take
either
two.
be somewhere on Big Piney Creek. I've got some favorite spots there, or probably around Elephant Head on the Buffalo River.
Nice. What about you?
Oh, you may have stolen. I love White Rock Mountain. I love the sunset up there and walking the trail around the top of that mountain. And then I love to get down in the swamps, y'all. I love the big woods and the woodpeckers and the barred
Didn't they
owls
just make Caney Creek? Didn't they just designate Caney Creek as a federal wildlife refuge or something lately?
It's been a wilderness area for years.
Maybe that's
Caney Creek Wilderness
Yeah, that
area.
may be what it-
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I saw something.
The Hot Springs, there's a new wildlife management area designation.
That's right.
Hot
Maybe-
Springs
yeah.
Forest
Yeah,
Wildlife Management
that's right.
area. That may be what you're thinking
Well,
about.
I saw it.
It's brand new, yeah.
Yeah, it said something about Caney Creek. I wrote it down and didn't
And
use
it's
it.
not in the book. That's because it's so new.
Right. But
There
it'll
you
be in
go.
the next one you do.
There will probably be a second edition. I don't know if I'll be around for it. but, it'll probably be
Last thing I'll ask you before we run out of time here. Truly, what's the feel? What's it like? Jeff, you went into the history of this project. It really goes back to the 1990s, and kind of revamp. Like to have all of that finally come together, to see it in print. What's the feeling?
It's a great feeling. And Kirsten and I really started on this 5 years ago, and we have, as I've told other people, we have the emails to prove it. We started trying to just get a list of our wildlife management areas to begin with, and then we went out and talked to people in the field, people who work these places all the time, and that was, we probably worked a few years before we even wrote anything, before we even tried to start writing.
And you can't find this information anywhere else. There's we've got basic information. By the way, if you need maps and season dates, you go to our website for that. Those are the things that change every year. This is stuff that you just don't find somewhere else.
Right.
So it's,
it is. I use the word compendium of wildlife management areas, but because it is a catalog of all of them. But again, there's just so much more. Jeff, I think you said it best that you kind of got to see it to really understand what it's all about.
And I will guarantee you that there's information in this book that you don't know.
Promise you.
No matter who you are.
Lived here my whole
there's
life, worked at
something
Game
in
and
here.
Fish for
I can't wait to
19
find
years,
out.
and when I was editing the book, I did not know that.
And Trey, I was wrong. I was reading an article that they were talking about Caney Creek's biodiversity in the wilderness area was our state's first designated wilderness area.
Okay.
So that's years ago. So that was my bad.
Well, a great show tonight and a great book. Again, Arkansas, agfc.com/River to Ridge. If you want to order it or go buy a Game and Fish headquarters in Little Rock or a nature center, and you can purchase it in person there.
Ask them for an autograph.
That's all the time we have for this week. Kirsten and Jeff, thank y'all so much for the hard work on this book and for coming in tonight and clowning around with us a little bit.
It was fun. Thanks,
for Damon
y'all.
Poole and Mark Hedrick, I'm Trey Reid. We'll talk to you next week right here on the Wild Side. So long, everybody.
When the man comes around, the countdown is on. 18 days.